Welcome back into the Sports Source, the segment of the show brought to you by Southeast Termite and Pest Control. Hot weather means mosquitoes, but Southeast Termite and Pest Control means dead mosquitoes, and that's the way I like them. Call them for a one-time treatment. If you've got a picnic, a party, a wedding, a reunion, something, you can get a one-time treatment, clear those suckers out. Or have them do an affordable package of treatments, multiple treatments at your home, keep them out. Look, they kill existing mosquitoes and the larvae before they hatch. Clear them out of your yard. Southeast Termite and Pest Control can do it. Give them a call. Ask them about their mosquito treatments. Tell them I sent you. Good folks. All right. Jeremy Pruitt has been through a signing day. He's been through a spring practice. I think most of us, I have said, I like what I've seen. I like what I've seen from the staff. Doesn't mean anything. We don't know. I also thought Brett Bielema would be a great SEC coach based on track record and everything. So it's a crapshoot at this point. But we've said positives. I think most of you probably are positive from what I've gathered on the show. But if you have concerns at this point, what is your concern? And we just talked about the negative schedule. Bob, I'm going to start with you because I think you and I share the same concern or somewhere in the same ballpark.
It would be, how does Jeremy Pruitt deal with the fact that he's not any good and
That his team isn't any
that
good.
his team's not any good, and how does he react to that? Does he work himself? And I mean, here's a guy who's pretty, his energy level, I guess you would say, is that the way to put it, close to the top? How does he deal with the fact that you've got a team that just doesn't look very good after Florida State, Georgia, Alabama, where you have worked with the premier players? Can he get those premier players in here in time to stay sane? Would that be a way to put it?
Or, I mean, look, he wasn't happy this day of the spring game. Wasn't happy with the way the team looked at it before the game. Wasn't happy at halftime when he did the SEC Network interview. Wasn't happy after the game. And after the game, he made the comment that ticked off a few fans. After a spring game, you tick off a few fans by saying something. Does he get so frustrated? I agree with you. Does he get so frustrated that he might say something? This is a fan base that listens. Might he say something that gets him in trouble? How does he handle losing? Because I think he's going to have a lot more losing this year than he's ever been used to. That's my concern. Your thoughts, guys. Do you have a concern? Or no?
Yeah,
do you not have any concerns?
Yeah, I would say the big picture program management, it comes with that, the public relations side. When you and your staff are trying to make decisions in season, if you need to make personnel changes with recruiting, do you offer this kid, do you not offer that kid over there? How do they do with communication is a word that's been used today. How does that go on behind the scenes, to me, would be a big factor as well.
Bring Davenport in to be his coach.
My answer was going to be that it's just too early. I don't have any major concerns, or I don't. You could be concerned about everything or nothing because you just haven't seen enough yet. But I like what the point you guys brought up.
The thing I wrote
that is
down,
something he might say about the fans.
I wrote down, how used to losing are you?
Yeah.
Because that is an adjustment, and I've talked to some friends in Alabama that have covered the beat there, and they said Jeremy Pruitt has been known to push the recruiting envelope a little bit. And if he does that at a school which is pretty easy to recruit to and is doing pretty good talent-wise, that could be a concern. And also, he's been known for his temper to run white hot. And could that get him in trouble somewhere like Randy Sanders did at East Tennessee State? Who knows?
Well, I just look at the fact that he's also, we didn't talk about in the recruiting segment earlier, but they're still looking at bringing in more possible grad transfers. And when you do that, you're giving somebody that could get a 4-year deal, you're taking it from that person, giving it to somebody for a 1-year deal, tells me he's really worried about this year's roster, doesn't love this year's roster. How does he deal with this year's roster when Georgia and Alabama are more than likely, maybe you go 12-0, but more than likely you're going to get your teeth kicked in. You got 10 offensive linemen, that's it, okay? So more than likely you're going to have troubles in the SEC. How does he deal with it?
That's how used to losing are you?
Yeah.
So
I don't like
that's
the
my-
one-year deals.
That's my only concern. So, well, that and the fact he's never been a head coach before, pretty big concern. But, again, I could list a lot of positives, and we have. But
Yes.
today, that's
that
a
is
new
some-
one
that
that
is
popped
something
up.
that you're concerned about in the offseason.
And in all fairness, Bob
See how
touched
it
on it too. The same people I talked to said this coach is a workaholic. He lives, breathes, sleeps football and recruiting and coaching 365 days a year.
Which will be great if he gets it turned around.
Exactly.
All right, when we come back, we'll get, who's next? DiPietro's retiring. So, I'm going to make these people place their bets. Fulmer, Pruitt, or Barnes? Who's the next one out over on the merry-go-round at UT? Come on back on the Sports Source.